Hello viewers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's session of computer vision, we are going to see how we can draw lines, shapes, circles on top of our image. Also, how we can write text on top of our image. So for that, we will be taking black images. One as a 3-channel RGB based black image. For that, we are going to use numpy.0 function, which will create a 512 by 512 pixel black image with all the 3 channels, red, green, and blue pixels set as zeros, which means black pixels for this. And this will give us a black image with 3 channels. Then we have a gray image. It will have no channel information. This will again be a 512 by 512 pixel gray image. Now let's execute this and we'll see 2 black images created. Now all the RGB channels for black image are overlapped, right? So 3-layered channel. But since all are black, so this will be again shown as a black image, and even the gray image will be shown as a black image. So now let's execute this and see the result. So now here you see the black image and the gray image one by one. Now let's move to the next one. Here we are going to create a line basically on top of our black image. Okay. So I have already executed it once. So that's why this green tick mark. But let me explain how this code works. First, we have to create a line. cv2.line will give us a line on top of our image. And this is the black image that we are going to use to create a line on top of this image. Now for line, we have to give a starting point, which is 0, 0, and the ending point, okay, which is 511 to 511. Now this will change the color, and this will basically set the color of our line that we are going to create on our black image. So 0, 255, and 0. So this is basically RGB. Okay. So red is 0, green is 255, and blue is 0. That means the line will be created as a green line. And then 2 is the width of the line. Okay. So if you make it 3 or 4, the thickness will increase. Okay. So let's execute this and see the green line on top of our black image. Here we can see that. Now move on to next one. Here we are going to create a rectangle. Okay, so cv2.rectangle will create a rectangle on our black image. This will again take the starting and the ending pixels position basically, right? X, Y, and X, Y, 2-dimensional array. And then this rectangle will be created as red colored because we are passing red as 255, G is 0, and blue color is 0. And then thickness we are setting again to 2. So if we execute this, this will create a blue colored, right? So instead, this will be BGR, okay? So blue, green, and red, not RGB. So this is going to create a blue rectangle on top of that. Now, if you notice, on the same black image, if we are creating a rectangle, we are also seeing the green line from the previous one. That's because whenever we use these kind of functions, line or rectangle function, it will alter our image. Original image will get altered by these functions. Okay. So if we have created one line on top of our image, then if we are going to create any other shape, then that line will still be there because it has altered our image forever. Next, if we are going to create a circle here. Now, if we create the circle, we'll also see this green rectangle image because I'm going to use the same image. So let's see that as well. So first what we are doing, we are going to create a circle on top of our black image. And this will be 300 by 300 dimension. And this is the radius. Then we are putting this color configuration and then thickness of the circle. Similarly, we are going to create another circle on top of our black image. This time we are giving a different dimension to our circle, and the radius would be 50 unit, 50 pixels. And here we are changing the color of that image to a different one, and we are giving -1. Okay. Now what -1 will give? It will not set the thickness. Instead, it will just fill the color. Okay. So this is for outline coloring, but if you give negative number for outline, so this will create a filled colored shapes. So basically here we are creating circle. So the shape will be a filled shape, okay, or solid shape of the circle. So let me execute this and we'll see the first circle, which is of 100 pixel radius, is orange one, and then second circle, which is of 50 pixel radius, okay, is this one, okay. And if you see, this is a solid circle, and this is a hollow circle with only the outline, right? Similarly, here we created a rectangle, right? We just put -1 here, okay, and execute this. This will create a solid rectangle, right? So this is how we are going to create a shape on top of our images, okay. Now, here using the NumPy array, I am creating a coordinate of polygon first, okay, and here if you run this, it will create 4 points polygon. Now let's reshape our polygon, okay, as a polylines. Then only we can create it on, or basically interpolate it on top of our image. So now here we are creating a polygon, okay, and then reshaping it just like these ones, okay, and then we'll call cv2.polylines. We'll pass these points of the polygon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Total 4 points we have here, right? So we'll pass that, and then this is the color of that polyline, or basically polygon that we are creating here, and then the thickness. Let me keep it as 5. If I'll execute this, the thickness will be more of that polyline, right? So this is how polylines will be created on top of our image. Next, we have something called draw text on our image. How we can create text on our image. For that, CV2 libraries provide these kind of different font styles which we can leverage to write a text on our image. Okay. So if you see here in this example, what we are doing, we are calling cv2.putText. PutText will create a text on our image. So this is our image input, and I'm trying to write text as a gymnast. So this will be the text which we want to write on top of our image, and this will be the starting point. Okay. So bottom left is starting point, basically using. So this is the function actually, and then we have font and font size. So this is font code basically. So 7 is font Hershey script complex. So these are the font codes corresponding to each of these font styles. So you either you can use font code or you can use cv2 dot this font style, and it will set this style. Next we have font size, which is 4, okay, and then color, which is in blue, green, red, so BGR, okay, and then thickness of the text. So we are keeping it at 3, okay. Now if we execute this, we'll see that the image being written, and on top of that we have our text gymnast, right? So this is how we can make use of CV functions which can write text on top of the image. cv2.putText will help us write a text on top of our image. And these are the different font styles. I'll just change the code to 3 and again execute this. We'll see a different font style. gymnast, right? Let me just change the size, font size to 3, which is a shorter one. So now you can see it's properly shown on top of our image. So that's all for now in this video. From the next session onwards, we'll see how we can do image transformation, like rotating the image, skimming the image, all those kind of things, cropping the image. Okay, so that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.